Hello, Scorpio. First and foremost, I want to wish you a happy new year, right? A happy impending new year. Okay. We're splitting your reading up into two sections. Part one is going to be the overarching energy for the year, and part two is going to be month by month breakdown. So, let's get started right away. We have the orbicular jasper as your stone. It says, "My life glides forward with ease. I am mindful, I think, and I act with positive energy." Orbicular jasper. That actually really is pretty. Hopefully that focuses correctly so you can see it. So it is very rare. It's a rare form of jasper. Um, it's perfect for those who find themselves in chaotic environments, chaotic situations, chaotic relationships. This crystal will offer you stability, vitality, and clarity. Now, I'm telling all the signs, when your stone comes out, it would not be a bad idea for you to go and find this. Now, I do not sell crystals. I'm not trying to sell you something. Something this big, something very small is perfect. You can put it in your pocket or in your purse. It's not going to be expensive, even though I did say it was rare. It is still jasper. Jasper generally isn't expensive. However, do not go to Temu, do not go to Amazon or eBay. And even those selling groups on Facebook that sell crystals, sometimes the owners of those groups are very, very nice and they would never dream of selling you anything fake, but they will buy something fake without realizing it. So your best bet is to go to a brick and mortar store, or if you're going to use an online source, make absolutely positive it is legit. And like I said, you shouldn't be spending a lot of money on it. It's not the point. The point is the energetic qualities won't be there if you're getting Chinese glass, right? So look for it. Orbicular jasper. It will, if your life tends to be on the chaotic side, right? It could be a work environment, a personal space between you and someone else. It could be anything. It will stabilize you. It'll make you feel a little bit more grounded, okay? Now, entering the year here, Scorpio, you have the talisman, and it says you are destined to succeed. So you're coming into the year with this really good energy. Now, you may not feel that. Maybe some of you do, but you don't have to feel it. It is just the energy you're carrying with you, whether you know it or not, whether you understand it or not. It's very good. Now, as you're leaving 2025, you are leaving as the siren. And it does say a temptation will lead you astray. I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling that you are the siren, okay? You are probably going to experience a certain glow up this year. So, yeah, you're coming in with the ability to succeed in whatever it is you want. You're leaving with this glow up. In my opinion, that's what it means. You have the yes card. It says luck is on your side. Here's your second indication, right? I'm glad I do all the shuffling and the dealing online, right in front of you on camera, so you could really see it. Anytime you want to slow it down, you're welcome to do that. And you do have here, ironically, the glow up. I mean, these are all self-care items, and in this deck, it definitely it talks about a glow up. So this year you are going to experience a glow up. You're going to find yourself more attractive to other people. You may find yourself more attractive to a certain person. I do think that you being the siren, you're going to be very sexual. It's going to be very hot sexual energy. Okay, like that for you. Honestly, like it for anyone. You have the reflect card, and it does, yeah. I mean, it basically means what you think it means, right? It basically means you need to reflect, right? Time to reflect on what you want, on what you had, on what you still have, on whatever makes you unhappy. What makes you unhappy, Scorpio? And I'm not talking about every little thing. I'm talking about the one thing that makes you unhappy consistently. It's like a pattern over and over, whether it's a person, a job. What I want you to do is reflect on that in a physical way. So when you become unhappy because of this person or this job or this situation or this family member or whatever, you're going to have, I want you to take note of where you feel it physically. You could have knots in your stomach. You could have difficulty breathing. Uh, you could be, nervous. That it's going to be different for all of you. Some people get headaches, mild headaches, right? So I want you to take note of your physical reaction to a pattern that's been happening. And I want you to then take that information and think back to when you experienced that as a child. Was it with your parents? Was it at school? What situation were you in? Start connecting the dots, because there's certain things you might be allowing in your life that you don't deserve, plain and simple. And it really will pay for you to do a deep dive on yourself and ask yourself, okay, where have I felt this before? It may not be the same exact thing. That's why I'm telling you to go physical, not mental, right? But definitely look at that. I really do think it came up for a reason. You do have the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is a card of making new goals, new plans. You're going to be spending a large portion of this year planning new goals. You also have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a partner card, right? A relationship is on the table. A relationship is on the forefront. This is for better or for worse. Now, if you're in a relationship that's good, you might expect it to level up. If you're in a relationship that's not so good, with this reflection card, you might be asked to look inward, to ask yourself why you're still in it. If you're not in a relationship, expect to be in one. Now, I know that's broad, but this is broad strokes for this part one. Okay, we're going to get into the part two, which is a little bit different. But yeah, there is a relationship here on the table, and there is also new plans on the table. And definitely, yeah, I like it so far. Now, you also have the Sun's Splendor, and this is such a pretty card, right? I'm pretty sure you got this at least one other time. Pretty sure within the last 6 months. I'm almost positive. It is the number 53. It stands for abundance, health, success. Another card of success, okay? Divinely masculine energy, right? What does that mean? It means assertive energy, confident energy, very Leo-esque, very Leo-esque. Like that for you. You have many cards of success on the table. So you do have some sort of reflection that you need to do. A deep dive on yourself. Okay? This stone will help you, guide you through this, navigate through this. And like I said, I am not selling anything, so I'm not trying to push you to buy something from me. You have Dadiri, and this says hearing truth. And I do think the truth you need to hear is from you. I don't think that it's up to anybody else to do this for you here, Scorpio. Dadiri is the spiritual practice of reflective and respectful listening. Reflective and respectful listening. This listening goes beyond spoken words, right? Listening with the soul is going to be very important to you in 2025, and listening to yourself and the root causes of different things that go on in your life will give you an intelligence, a new intelligence. It'll be a new superpower for you, because I'm really feeling that whoever's reading this is a very dynamic human being, for sure, right? Okay, so let's look at your astrology. Wow, okay. So you have Saturn, discipline, obstacles, boundaries. The Saturnian, it rules Capricorn and Aquarius. It's known as the taskmaster, right? Keeping track of time through restriction and discipline. I think this discipline needs to go on within you, and you're going to start seeing its effects in your world for the good, for the positive. I mean, you have a lot of success cards here. The ability to manage tasks, big or small. This is essential to life's flow on a daily basis, right? Saturn values tradition, climbing the ladder, building things over time, right? Like, just like its ruling sign Capricorn, right? The Saturnian lessons that we live through, it builds perseverance, grit, character, right? And it enables us to handle more challenges ahead, accruing sort of hard-earned wisdom. And what did I just say? A new superpower. Structure is going to be essential to you this year. Structure of some kind, okay? You have moon void, of course. It says disconnect, withdrawal, and reception. Moon void, of course. Now that occurs when, like, a transiting moon makes its last major aspect to another body, a celestial body, right? Before moving from one zodiac sign to the next, right? So it's sort of like that pause, that space of the moon itself entering the void. And it's a good time for receptive pastimes like meditation, going inward. We said that here. Let me see if I can move these cards. I don't know. Don't they look a little, I don't know. Going inward, right? We talked about that reflective thing. It's going to be very important for you this year. Restoring yourself from the inside out. You're brewing energy during this time that you can infuse into your manifestations. Definitely. Because let's face it, right before the Two of Wands, you had the idea. You had the Ace of Wands. And right after the Two of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. Manifestation. Fascinating, as always, Scorpio. Let's move on to your month by month. I think that's going to prove to be interesting. But I really enjoy this. The fact that you're leaving as the Siren. I do think you're going to receive a major glow up this year. Okay, let's move on to I'll see you guys on the other side. Hello, Scorpio. Okay, so let's get started. We'll do January and we'll make our way across the year. You do have the scythe here as far as your rune, and this is the rune of Scorpio. And the reason for that is because it does represent Pluto, right? Your ruling planet. So the scythe usually represents you cutting away something, or you're seriously considering it, especially with the sideways card. You are very focused on your foundation. You're focused on the solidity or the instability of your life. You're trying to what you want is something secure and strong. I think you're questioning it. You have here the Four of Cups coming in sideways. And if you've watched any of my readings, sideways cards in my readings, they denote a choice, something you're really considering. And the Four of Cups is, it could be a refusal. It could be stubbornly holding on to an outdated or toxic situation, person, job. Or you could turn this card inverted, and you can accept things. You can embrace change. So it's going to be a choice, and each Scorpion is going to make a different choice. And you're going to base this choice on your foundation and how secure you feel. And you're at least considering, Scorpio, cutting something out of your life, okay? And with the number 4 guiding your month there, it is Uranus, it's Aqua. It is unexpected choices, unexpected thoughts, unexpected situations that you just couldn't see yourself in. But that scythe, I'm telling you, especially because it is your ruling planet, you're either doing it or you're seriously considering cutting something out of your life. I think you've had it. Here in February, you're at a crossroads, and the crossroads ruin is not easy energy, but it is necessary energy. Again, sideways cards. And with the crossroad energy, this is definitely a decision that you have to make. This is something, once again, to do with your foundation. When you have the Ace of Earth, this is your stability. It could be your long-term stability. It is definitely stability, and it is something that you're trying to figure out. You're trying to make a decision here. You have the moon. This decision might not be very easy here, Scorpio. This is Cancerian energy, but the sideways card, are you going to choose illusion, uncertainty, secrets, the subconscious, things that are buried, things that you're forced not to say? Or are you going to choose clarity, understanding, seeing someone for what they are, or perhaps it could be mental illness. It could be seeing someone's mental illness for what it is. this is a card of being either very conscious of something and seeing it, or just choosing not to. And this is something to do with your stability that you're very concerned about, and you're at this crossroads energy. Now, the number for that month is the number 9, which, to be honest, I like it. I mean, it's Mars energy, right? I'm pretty sure you had some Mars energy in your oracle section. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The Mars energy is assertiveness, confidence, right? Could be war, could be aggression. You could be living in a chaotic moment with someone. Someone could be driving that car. You could be a passenger. You could be tired of being a passenger in that car. That's why I was suggesting that crystal, right, for the chaotic energy that you're going to have to figure, you're going to have to get through in order to get to the good stuff here. So let's look at March. You have, this is the romance ruin. So this could be a relationship, some sort of toxicity here, right? There is some sort of toxic bond you have here, Scorpio. You do. And it looks like you're spending some time trying to figure things out, because here on the table, what you want over and over again, here and here and here, is stability. You just want your happily ever after. You want something real, something that will stand the test of time, something that will be fruitful for you. But you're involved with someone who's a little toxic. Are they toxic because they're mentally ill and they're not being treated for it? It's possible, because we brought that up with the moon card. It could be something you're figuring out, whether, you might be saying to yourself, can I handle this long term? Is this person going to change? Can I help them? Are they beyond help? Do they even want help? These are the questions that you're probably forming in your head. And I have to tell you, with the number 10 guiding your month, that is Pluto energy. Transformation, rebirth, Scorpio energy here, ruling your month in March. Yeah. See here in April, you have the man ruin, right? This could be a man in your life. You yourself could be a man, or this could be that very Mars energy again, right? Could be very Martian energy. There is something going on here, though, because you have the 3 of Pentacles here in reverse, right? And, with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like the 3 of Pentacles would denote you working as a team towards something. You getting help, perhaps someone else getting help. This is in reverse, right? There is some sort of suffering that you're going through, or maybe that you went through in the past that you're remembering. This person seems to be putting you through the ringer. I mean, it just looks that way to me. It looks like there is someone, and I would normally say maybe it's a job, and of course that could be true. Of course it could be a family member, but I think for many of you, this is a relationship. This is a relationship. You do have a number 3 guiding your whole month, and that is Jupiter. So whatever pain you are going through is expansive pain. You're meant to go through it for you to see something. You're being forced, your eyes are being forced open. There's a lot of things you've chose to overlook. You chose to, overlook, I don't know, you chose to forgive, you chose whatever, you chose to be blind to certain things. I think that this expansive energy is forcing you to open your eyes. Definitely. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to May. We have more Mars energy here. Look. Mars is a big thing. Fire energy is a big thing. Mars is what? What did I say Mars was? Could be passion. Could be assertiveness. Could be war. Could be fighting, arguing, things like that. You have the waves. And I like this energy for you here, Scorpio, because that means spirit is carrying you. Remember when I said this expansive energy, it's all happening for a reason? Yeah, you do have the 3 of Wands in reverse. And the 3 of Wands, it's another number 3. It's another number 3, and that is that Jupiter energy again, right? That Sagittarian energy, just like that fire. It's fire, it's double fire. But this is you not manifesting. I think that spirit is trying to show you what this person, job, situation is doing to you. I think you're going to be forced to see it. I do. I think you're going to be forced to see it and admit it here, for sure. Now you have something going on in June. It says fragmented, rejection. Wondering, well, let's look. You know, you do have the star guiding you, and we'll get to that in a second, exactly what that means. But you do have the Nine of Pentacles coming in sideways. And you know, the Nine of Pentacles is like the sideways card. What are you going to choose here, Scorpio? I like it. I like sideways cards because it means you have control over what happens next, right? So are you going to choose independence, success, rewards, self-sufficiency, or codependence, instability, recklessness, upheaval? There is a potential wish on the table that can be granted for you. There is a potential wish. You need to reject something. There is something you need to reject. There is rejection that needs to take place, but this is a choice. This is a choice that you're going to have to make. Now, this rejection could be rejecting that person 100%, and I keep going back to person. It could be job, but I think for many of you it's a person. Rejecting it 100%, or it could be getting that person some help. Rejecting their behavior. Turning to them and saying, I love you, but I reject your behavior. I can't be around it anymore, so you need to get some help. And I keep going back to that. It looks like this is a really big part of the first half of your year, you know? Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So you do have the number 9, and the number 9 here is Mars. I think you finally come to your senses. You're like, wait a minute. You know, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve any of this. Rejecting. Self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency. Now, looking in July, you do have, there's more conflict. You do have the flight ruin, and the flight is generally the spread of information, right? The spread of information, news. It could be social media, could be the news. It could be something like that, but you do have the King of Cups in the upright. I like that for you because in many, many books, in many, many ways, he is known as a Scorpio, right? Some people think he's a Pisces. In this reading, he will be a Scorpio because that is what you are, and he is in the upright. He is at his best. There may have been some information that you have come across, that you have attained, that sort of created some conflict that knocked you to your senses. I don't know. You just seem wiser. There's some information that triggered you enough for you to think of yourself. Now, in August, wow, yeah, I could see what you think that this person is your twin flame or your soulmate or the only person that can make you happy. Perhaps you think this is your last chance at happiness. Could be that type of energy where you feel like you're trying to force a round peg into a square hole at all costs because you're that stubborn. I get it. I'm a Scorpion Mars. I have all fixed signs in my big 4. All fixed signs. So I get it. You're stubborn. But take it from me, it doesn't work. If something's not right, it's not right. And all you're doing is wasting your energy, wasting your years, wasting your time when you could be putting it into something for you, something that is for you, right? You do have here the harvest, right? So you have the potential. We'll get back to this rune, but you have the potential for a harvest. This person, it looks like this person with the King of Swords coming in sideways. This is Aquarian energy, but person doesn't have to be an Aquarius, but I can tell you one thing. The King of Swords sideways denotes someone who waffles, right? Waffles between being a dictator, being oppressive, irrational, controlling, or sometimes they can be fair. They can be rational. They can be logical. They can be very moral. They can be easy to be around. But it looks as though this person goes from one extreme to the other. And you have a chance, I'm telling you, for a harvest. What's a harvest? Your hard work paying off. Is it going to be with this person? I don't know. But I have to tell you, there is a choice that you have to make. And I keep saying that over and over again because it's true. And I think that it's not your job to save the world. It's not your job to save another human being. However, there is a very strong chance you might be able to help this person by getting them into therapy, by getting them perhaps on a medication. You yourself, unless you're a psychiatrist or a doctor, you're not going to be able to do it. You're not equipped for that, right? But if you send them to someone who is, maybe that square peg will turn round. Maybe the two of you can work it out. I don't know. For this person to be coming up over and over and over in your reading, I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. Here you have wait, 1 second. Sorry about that. I had a dog emergency here. Here in September, you have the sun. Something is finally illuminated to you here. I don't know what happens, but there is a reunion of sorts. Isn't that weird? Right? There is some sort of reunion. Now, could this be an entirely different person? It very well could be. Could it be that you've made a decision to get rid of this person and someone else pops up? This is somebody that you may have known already. But this very well, for some of you, could be the same person, right? Because you do have the Ten of Cups backing this up. I get that that's what you want. But the thing is, it looks positive. It looks positive. It's so strange because you have this Leo energy with the sun, and then you have the Pluto energy again, that Scorpion energy coming in. Boom, the Ten of Cups. Reunion, happiness, love, September. Now in October, you have wow. So you have the 3 rings. We'll get to that. You have a truth of expression, which is always nice. And you have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is the watery part of air, right? Fair, perceptive, objective. Can use her intuition, not as much as the Queen of Cups, but can use her intuition, but not above her logic. Now, this could be you, male or female. This could be you. This could be the overall vibe between you and someone else. But there is a truth of expression, finally. Now, I don't know whether, again, this is someone from your past that comes back, or this is that same person that has gotten help. Not saying they changed like wave a wand, but they're putting the work in. And 2 things have come together to make a whole, to make something entirely different. This could be the start of a family. This could be talk of starting a family. This could be 2 people coming together to form a long-term bond, something that they can both count on. It doesn't have to be a child per se, but it could be. It definitely could be. Beautiful energy. And this is ground zero. So this is something, this is an avenue either you never went down as a couple, or a brand new type of relationship. This is ground zero. Okay? All right, so when we look at November, we have the Ace of Swords coming in sideways. What is the Ace of Swords? The Ace of Swords normally represents clarity, right? And could be a new idea. Could be the sword of truth. Could be some truth coming in. Definitely focus, razor sharp focus. This is the sword that the king and the queen hold in their hands. But when it comes in sideways, you have to make a choice again here, right? Are you going to make a choice for clarity or confusion? A new idea or a miscommunication? Focus or arguments? Truth or hostility? You have decisions to make here. You have decisions to make. Now, this could very well be, this could be part of the problem in the relationship, is that there are a lot of miscommunications. But you have the void here. And when the void rune shows up, anything is possible. Absolutely anything. So, yeah. Things could, with this decision that you're going to make, that will dictate the outcome. And it's going to be different for all of you. But you're going to have a decision to make as to whether you're going to cut through things with the sword and finally just come to a conclusion or not. There could be some, for those of you that are getting back together with someone. Now, you know, for all I know, this could be a family member driving you crazy. And this could be someone coming back from your past, right? It doesn't have to be two romantic relationships. It's going to be different for all of you. But this adds up to a number one, and this is the sun, something being illuminated to you. Seeing things as they truly are. Turn that sword right side up. Here in December, yeah, furthermore, you have the eye. What are you now seeing? What are you being asked to see, right? There may be something you repress. There may be something, I think we talked about that in your oracle section. There's something from your childhood you repress, something that triggers you now. That feeling, right? When something happens between you and this person or you and the family member, what happens to your physical body? You feel it in one part of your body. You do. Try to remember when you felt that way as a kid. Who made you feel that way and why? It's a trigger. You have here two major arcana coming in for December. You have the Hermit and the Fool. The Fool could be Gemini, could be Aquarius. Some people say it's Aries. I don't know. The Hermit is definitely Virgo energy. Now, with that said, they're both coming in sideways. So you have a chance to, are you going to choose this new road or not? It is yawning before you. Are you going to feel some sort of regret? Or are you going to forge on down this new path with your lantern? You may not know where you're going to end up on this path, but it is forward motion, and you're not stagnating here. You can't let regret stand in your way. You can't let the past stand in your way. What is Spirit asking you to see? Spirit is asking you to see something. What is it? What is it? There is something you are supposed to be seeing. Let me know in the comments. So let's look at your, what's next? Bottom of the deck, right? Before we do that, let me pull one of these cards for you. I don't know why I'm being called to do this. It's only called to do this one other reading so far. This is for Scorpio for 2025. Short and sweet for Scorpio. It's never short and sweet for Scorpio. Of course, you got two cards, right? It says a time to give rather than take. And it says a new romantic cycle begins. And so the new moon in Virgo here reminds me of this, it reminds me of the Hermit. A time to give rather than take. And a new romantic cycle begins. It is new. We discussed that. There is a new cycle beginning, but it's unclear to me whether it's a brand new cycle with this person or whether it's a brand new cycle with someone who's coming into your life from the past. But there is a new cycle starting. Have no doubts, for sure. Here you have the Three of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Swords in reverse is healing. You know that, right? It's healing from past pain. You know, definitely past pain. You have here the Two of Pentacles in reverse, right? No more juggling, no more indecisiveness, no more going back and forth, right? You have the Six of Pentacles, getting the help you need. Perhaps somebody in your life needs help. It's time to give. Maybe there is someone in your life that truly needs help here, Scorpio. And you have the Eight of Swords in reverse, right? Coming out of that stuck feeling, coming out of that trapped feeling, kind of coming out of a powerless feeling. And here, yeah, stepping straight into Aries energy, Mars energy, right? Stepping straight into that power, into that powerful emperor-like energy and being very, very determined. This is a very determined, this is Leo energy, and so is this. You got the Strength card, right? And here you have the Ace of Wands. Wow, and the Nine of Cups. Wish coming true. Okay, like we can't keep doing this, but I could go through the whole deck. But the bottom line is you have some choices to make here, Scorpio. Yeah. Let me know who this person is in the comments. I'm really curious about it, okay? I wish you the best of luck. I mean, it really does look like you end up in a great place, but it looks like someone's driving you crazy for a little while. There's just no doubt. Okay? You have a lot of choices to make. Look at these sideways cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. More than half the year. Choices that you make will determine where you end up. And you could easily say, oh, that's true of everyone. It's not. Sometimes people get straightforward reading saying, you know what? No matter what, a plane's going to fall on your house and that's it. Right? You have a lot of choices, so you could dictate where this goes. Mr. Scorpio, Mrs. Scorpio. Okay, don't forget to listen to your birthday reading, and I will see you next time.